You can ask what
Are you kidding? That's not a moment when I...
Nah, it's a little bit different. Chris.
Sorry, I don't make the rules, no. So I just follow.
Don't say that. Chris.
Okay.
My God. Are you kidding me?
10:30 this evening, people will be responsible. Everything is under embargo until 10:30. Chris, fire away. Get us out of this.
Okay.
Sorry for wasting your time in the first place.
Is it too early? Oh God, I don't know. Shall I ask? Is it too early to see this as a game between two title contenders? It's game 2. I mean, obviously everyone expects that Liverpool are going to be up there again, but do you see this as a game against the title contender?
Yeah, no, it's too early. It's too early because it's not about what we should achieve with the squads we have and things like this, but you don't become a title contender because of the players you have or your own name or whatever. It's about how you play football, and you have something like this has to develop, and that's nothing what I only think a second about. What I know is that Chelsea is... I am in England 5 years, all the games with different managers, stuff like, but always incredibly difficult because they're just good. So, and this year not to forget, they lost 2 players as well with Pedro and Willian. Really decisive players in the last few years, really good players, but they brought in just some really good players. We all know that. And so I expect them to do really well. I expect us to do really well in the season as well. But this is now not about title contender against title contender. It's like, it's 2 good football teams who have to make sure that, they come in a position where other people then can say, these is a title contender. These guys are title contenders, nothing else. So it's too early, but anyway, a super game. So I think there was no year when Chelsea-Liverpool was not, before the game, seen as a top game. And now we have to make sure that the people will see that as well when they watch it.
Dom King. The next question, then Chris McKenna in the open. Dom.
Afternoon, Jürgen. You said just before about nobody has to leave if they don't want to. Just looking at the way the squad will be, how do you keep everybody happy in the competition for places? What sort of a challenge will that present you?
No. What I said is, if a player is coming in, that's not a reason that's a midfield player. I think you asked me about Gini Wijnaldum, if that situation would change. I said no.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
no. What I meant is how you could have 7 or 8 players potentially going for 3 places. How do you keep 8 players happy? And the rotation, how do you keep all players happy because they're not all going to be able to play?
In the same moment, that's true. But I cannot keep a player happy, really. That's you have to be happy by yourself about the situation. I'm not really worried about that. It's clear if we have more than 3 midfield players, for example, and we play 4-3-3, then a couple of players, that was always the case, will not start. Some will come on, some will not be have the opportunity to come on or are not in the squad for a match day. That's how it is. But my job is to show the players how important they are in pretty much every moment. It's in training or then in a starting lineup, on the bench, or a week later in exactly the same situation, stuff like this. We have too many games, as I cannot prepare for a normal season when the season is not normal. So that just doesn't work. And again, I said it because we have not the opportunity to change 5 times. We have to find other ways how we can make sure that the players are as fresh as possible in a moment. And that means then probably rotation. We didn't plan it yet. I don't say we played on Sunday like this and on Thursday like this and on Monday after that like this. I have no idea who will play then in the other games. I have an idea for Sunday, but not for the other games. We have to react. But if everybody's fit, rotation is absolutely necessary because otherwise it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You cannot. The international players until the next window. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's that England plays 3 games, right?
They're playing 3 games in October and 3 games in November as well.
So obviously some games there as well. So we just have to try to make sure that we can deal with this situation. That's what we try. So yes, I want my players be happy, but I cannot make them happy. They're a big part in that as well.
Chris McKenna, and this is the last one in the first part of the breakout as it stands. Chris McKenna.
If I can ask on Thiago, Jürgen, because it's not till 10:30, but I mean, when did you kind of realise that he could be got this summer, and what do you think he will add to take your midfield on? Because you're Premier League champions and former European champions, how can he improve what is already a very, very good midfield?
And now I can speak like it.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a bit too silly for that situation. I'm not sure we had that before. So
it's 10:30 at night.
It's not. So then I don't understand why you all ask the questions beforehand when you can ask them afterwards anyway. So okay, it's pretty simple. He is, and nobody would see that in a different way, an absolutely exceptional player. And you are right. It's difficult to, when we said that last year already, and we said this, it's difficult to improve a team like us in a moment with in a normal way. Let me say, probably, and I don't know, again, nothing with other teams, but if we take now 300-400 million, then maybe we could find some players. But even then, it's not easy to bring him in. But in this specific case, he's a player because he really brings in a different dimension in our game. That's true. He has some skills which are in general pretty rare, but they suit us pretty well. So it's in a very difficult. That doesn't mean now it says nothing about the other players. It's only different. So it's only different, and that's what I was, of course, very interested in. Apart from that, he was pretty excited about the opportunity as well. So was not a lot of convincing needed, and that helps as well. If somebody really wants to be part of a specific project, it's nice. And so all the things came pretty much together, and that's how we would say a win-win situation. And I'm really happy that we could do it.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll now go to the next embargo section.